we have different possibilities on how you can actually get a divorce. So the first, it's important to know that we have the at-fault divorce system in Austria. That means, which is quite rare actually in the European area, this means that it does matter who is responsible for the breakdown of the marriage. Yeah, so if one party commits serious marital misconduct, this can lead to serious disadvantages financially after the divorce. So to be precise, if the party who has more income, significantly more income, is the at-fault party, then this person might need to pay spousal support even after the divorce for an unlimited period of time. And this is long. Yeah, it's quite long. Sorry, yes, please.
I heard very recently they've been talking about changing this at-fault.
They have been talking about that for the past 15 years. I don't assume this will happen anytime soon.
I guess it was recently in the news, so I don't know.
Yes, every time a new government is elected, they say that. It hasn't happened in the past years. It would be a major change. So, I mean, of course it's possible. They have said it a lot of times before, but right now it's still the system in place. Yeah. So especially for the spousal support, the distinction who is at fault is very important, and it's about a lot of money. Yeah, because there's no luxury limit. It's basically 30. It might be 33% of the monthly net income of the at fault party for an unlimited period of time. Yeah, which is really a long time. Yeah, so that's very important to know when you think about getting a divorce. So that means it might make sense to not yourself commit any marital misconduct. So that might be adultery, for example, moving out of the marital house, being violent towards the other person. So even psychological violence, or treating the other person very badly, shouting at them, or using swear words. So it might make sense, if you think about getting a divorce, that you yourself don't break the rules, basically. Yeah, play nice, play house, and collect evidence on the other party. It doesn't sound pretty, but it's unfortunately sometimes necessary, because it can be very expensive to lose a divorce proceeding in Austria. So there's different possibilities on how you can get a divorce. The best and the cheapest and easiest way is if you have a consensual divorce. That means that you agree on that you actually want to get a divorce, and that you also agree on the main consequences of a divorce. So you would need to agree on how to divide marital assets. You would need to agree on spousal support after the divorce. If you have kids, you would need to agree on custody, visitation, and child support. So on all of those 5 things, you would need to find an agreement, which can be quite challenging in a time where you don't like the other person that much. So, and also sometimes it's that one party wants a divorce and the other party doesn't want a divorce, and then a consensual divorce is not possible. Yeah? So if only one party wants a divorce, you can sue for a divorce, so you can petition for a divorce, but basically only if you can show the court that the other party committed marital misconduct. So if you just fell out of love and just say, okay, well, I don't really feel it anymore, then it's too bad, unfortunately, because that's not a reason. So you would actually need to, when you approach the court, you have to explain, well, I cannot bear it to be in this marriage any longer because my partner, he or she has a girlfriend, or has a boyfriend, or has, I don't know, committed domestic abuse or violence. So you would need a reason in order to get this petition in order for the court to kind of dissolve your marriage, which is a lengthy and emotionally straining and also financially expensive process. So if you can manage to do it consensually, it's always better. However, it has to be, the deal has to be good enough, right? So I don't recommend to just agree on everything in order to get a consensual divorce, because obviously that doesn't make sense.
How about for registered partnership?
It's the same thing. It's the different headlines, basically. So you can also petition for a dissolution of the partnership if you have grounds, right? You would need to show the court, you would need to explain to the court what the other party did wrong, or you can have a consensual dissolution of the partnership, where you would also need to have an agreement on all those things like division of assets, partnership support after the dissolution, yeah, if you have kids, custody, visitation, and child support. It's really basically very similar, yeah.